What are the security of the government? There are some Africans brought to the eastern region to kill our people. There is a big massacre.
As the men are buried, police open fire. Outrage spreads across Libya. Inspired by the success of the People's Revolution in Egypt just days before, activists call for a day of rage. On the 17th of February, furious crowds confront security forces in several cities. The state response is extremely violent, but the chant, "Down with the regime," only gets louder.
The demonstration started peaceful. They have lost control of the center of Benghazi. They are calling for the fall of Gaddafi's regime.
No security forces at all. There is no police, there is nothing. It's only the people and civilians, and they are very, very young. They are 18, 17, 20. Those are the youth, our youth. They are the youth of the revolution. They are the people who had no hope, no dreams. They are my students. They wanted freedom. They wanted rights. They wanted human dignity and human worth without weapons, with only rocks in their hands. And we just got firing on them with heavy weaponry. It was a massacre. It was a crime against humanity.
Hails of gunfire, shelling, snipers, and even mercenaries, all reportedly inflicted on civilians, and Gaddafi's claim of restraint promises worse to come. In cities across Europe and the United States, Libyan dissidents have been leading a show of solidarity.
Excuse me, please.
For the watching world, the regime's violence is almost unbelievable. But Libyan dissidents have been living in terror for a generation.
سلمى حبيبي جماعة مزدفوني على
الو خير سالم شنو حالك؟
London dissident Naji has become a contact point for people anxious for news of their relatives. In the 1970s and 80s, thousands of young men like him fled into exile from Gaddafi's rule.
Gaddafi is a killer! Gaddafi is a murderer!
Before there used to be, we are very lucky if we can get 60 people together. Now, from what I saw yesterday, we're talking about nearly 5,000 people yesterday outside Downing Street. You'll find them from all walks of life. There's students, there's intellectuals, there's doctors, there's normal people like myself. I think the turning point was what they saw in Tunisia and Egypt, and then they saw how easy it is, and all these dictators and regimes that they were fearful of, they found out that they are actually made out of paper, and they just collapsed in a few days.
Even in London, being at the protest means breaking a barrier of fear and silence decades old.
I left Libya in 1978. After April 1975-76, there were demonstration, peaceful demonstration by the student in the university. And then they have arrested hundreds of people. They have shot people on the street. 2 of my friends has been killed in front of me. 3 of my friends has been hanged. And I am waiting to go back to Libya and to share the victory with my own people.
I just spoke to Libya this morning, and they said about 1 million people from Benghazi, from the west, gone all the way to liberate Tripoli. We're gonna die anyway, so might as well do it for freedom of our country and our people.
Obama, listen to all these brave men. What we're actually hoping from this protest to achieve is to make the Western world see the atrocity that's happening in Libya. The reason we're protesting today here is we're hoping that the United States, because of its clout and its stance in the world, that they might tip the balance towards the Libyan people. We don't want any military involvement. All we want is to help us, maybe give us weapons to defend ourselves, maybe help us by introducing a flying zone ban so the aircrafts cannot fly and bomb the Libyans. Maybe yes, but as a military intervention or physical like that, we don't agree to that. It's a Libyan problem and Libyan people has to solve it. in all these years, I've never told anybody where my address is. And this is the first time on public I tell you my address. Keeping my address secret is past, gone. Hello. We've got some visitors.
Oh.
Hiya.
Good day.
This is my lovely wife, Sharon.
Long-suffering wife, Sharon. Come on in. Just catching up with this. And I think I've just seen your brother.
No. Who? Which one?
Fakhri.
Fakhri.
From Benghazi on a shot, and hopefully it'll come round on a loop.
There you go. How about that? She just saw my brother Fakhri with the demonstrators in the crowd in Benghazi.
I'm sure. It comes to the side of this poster.
Here.
Here?
Oh, yeah, here he is.
Here he is?
Yeah. In 1974, where we had to do the national service, we didn't know anything about national service before. I remember some of my fellow students, we went into the army barracks and they were bringing three-piece suits because they didn't know, we had no idea about the army. But anyway, when we went in, the treatment, it wasn't a training, and the treatment was really to break our spirits, and it was torture. Some people, they put you on the tarmac while you're rolling up all your trousers above the knee, and you start crawling like this, and somebody come from behind you and kick your foot. So then your knee is gonna get grazed on the tarmac. And some people, until the bones actually came out. And when we stopped and thought, this is not training, this is not, you're not training young men to be soldiers to defend their countries. This is to break us. And not just the students, because he did that to the freelance and workers, the government workers and the teachers and all types of people. Every time he takes one part of these people and make them go into the camps. And by doing this, he actually planted a fear in the whole of the population.
The regime arrested all the union or the movement of the Libyan student in the university.
Ali, Naji's childhood friend, recalls this as the moment Gaddafi first began to punish dissent. As a 19-year-old, he attended a student protest in Benghazi. He claims he was then unlawfully detained by a clandestine unit of state security dubbed Group 16.
The first thing, you go inside, you hear your brothers, your Libyans there, either crying or either you see the blood. They were really terrorizing me. Abdullah Sunusi has a group, they call it 16, Group 16. This group is basically